Welcome back to another exhilaratingly lackluster video. This video is about this. And this right here is a Rand McNally TND740 GPS unit. Now specifically, it's a GPS made for truckers. It has truck guidance, truck routing, hazmat restrictions, height restrictions, width restrictions. It's specifically made for truckers, but it could also be used for people with RVs or even standard vehicles. But these things are kind of irrelevant for most people, considering you have Google Maps, Apple Maps, if you're brave enough to use those. So these things are kind of like useless. But for truckers, they are very useful, because as far as guidance for like Google Maps, you don't want to use that if you're a trucker, unless you just want to find yourself hitting a bridge or going off the side of a cliff or something like that. So we have these things. I bought this one in November of 2018, and I bought this one to replace this same exact model that went kaput. It just stopped working, and that's exactly what's happened with this one. Granted, this one lasted 1 year more than the previous one. That one lasted only 1 year. This one almost made it 2 years. And looking around online, I'm not the only one. Lots of people have trouble with their Rand McNally GPS. Not just this model, but all models. They just stop working. And I don't know, like, the software, everything about it is fine, brilliant. But when it comes to the hardware, Rand McNally cannot make something to save their life. This, by the way, runs off of Android as well. But hardware, I doubt Rand McNally makes this physically themselves. Some other company does it. But it's very cheap feeling too. That thing is like something I noticed right off the bat, right out of the box. It is very cheap feeling. And I don't know why this stopped working. It just did. But then I noticed when I was just, getting ready to whip it against the wall. But before I get to that, the first one, I didn't buy an extended warranty. When you buy this from a Love's Truck Stop, you could buy an extended warranty. And I didn't buy one because the first Rand McNally that I ever had just lasted fine. It just became outdated. I need something newer. So I had confidence in their product. So I didn't buy it for this, for the first one that I bought, the replacement. For my original, I know this is getting confusing. So I bought it for this one. I bought a 2-year replacement, so I'm still within that time frame. I've made a claim and they will replace it. Now, what I noticed the other day, I know you're not going to be able to see this on the video, but there is a clear, distinct bulge bulge on the back of the device. And some of you will know what that means. And that means that the battery has become aroused. No, what it means is that the battery has become bloated, which is something that sometimes happens. Now, when a battery does become bloated, you don't want to keep using the product. You don't want to keep charging the product. Otherwise, it could go into thermal runaway and it's going to blow up in your face and you're going to lose an eye just because you bought a Rand McNally product. Now, I don't really know that much about lithium-ion batteries. I don't know if that could happen to any battery. I don't know if that's a product of being a cheap battery or what. But that seems to be the problem, because it would run sometimes, but then it would start flickering and then shut off. And then it got to a point where I turn it on. Like, I don't want to do that now because I did notice the battery's bloated. Don't want to charge it. Don't want to turn it on. Hell, this might even blow up in my face right now, which would definitely get me a lot of views. But on the downside, YouTube would demonetize it. So let's hope that doesn't happen. That's what's going on with this. Right? It's just junky. I think for a product lasting a year, maybe 2 years, is just not good. And it would be different if this was isolated. But like I said previously, people have massive problems with Rand McNally GPS units. So I have to send this back to them. And obviously I can't do that while I'm on the road, but I'll be home next month and I'll be able to get it done then. But in the meantime, I'm stuck without a GPS. My only option is to go into the truck stop and spend another couple $100. And when they replace this, they don't replace it with an actual model. They replace it with like a prepaid Visa card for the same amount that I paid for this, which was either $2.99 or $3.99. I don't quite remember, but that's what they're going to replace it with. So my option now is to go into the truck stop and just simply buy another
Listen, comrade, I always have your back. And because it's almost your birthday, I have decided to get you a little present, courtesy of Mother Russia.
You gotta be shitting me. I honestly, I can't believe you've done that for me. I mean, that is, yeah, you're always threatening to put me in the gulag and all sorts of awful things, but you know what? When it comes to times of me being in need, I do notice that you always come through. So, guys, right here on camera, you see that my inner Russian has already thought ahead. He knew my Rand McNally piece of junk was broken, so he went out and got me a new GPS. Look at that. And it's not a Rand McNally, it's a Garmin. And Garmin is a much more established company when it comes to electronics. And it appears that this GPS here I have, I'm sure this is actual size. The Rand McNally is 7 inches. This one right here, 8 inches. Much bigger screen, very nice. So now that this unexpected event has occurred, I've gotten this wonderful gift from my inner Russian. Let's open up the box and see what's inside. Yes. Let's take a look at what's inside this box, or what we could do first, for absolutely no reason whatsoever, is take a look at the outside of the box. That side says Garmin. Wow. This side says 8-inch GPS truck navigator, diesel. Oh, I guess it is I just got that. I've seen that so many times. Truck GPS, diesel. Wow, I am an idiot. This is the OTR 800. They also have a 7-inch one and a 10-inch one, which is massive. And I feel something bouncing around in the box. This side, oh, I forgot to mention, this side has a picture of what the side of the GPS looks like. That is brilliant. This side has a bunch of rubbish on there. It shows what services it uses. It's got the Bluetooths. And I guess there's an app that you download for iPhone, iPad. I'm sure it supports Android as well, because that would be kind of stupid if it didn't. This side features a picture of the other side of the GPS. Wow. And this side is where we started, says Garmin. And obviously, at the front, we have a picture of the GPS, which I'm hoping is not a massive piece of junk like those Rand McNally's are. Rand McNally is great at making atlases and maps, not so much at electronics, although I'm sure Rand McNally doesn't actually build it themselves. They hire some people in who knows where to make it. So anyways, enough with Rand McNally. I never want to hear that name again. Let's pop this open. It's very complex. They need to make this a little bit easier because truck drivers, you know, we're a little... No. Oh, that smell. It smells like brand new electronics and it's making me moist. Oh, this thing is heavy. Wow. That is... Are those speakers? What? It's got buttons on the side over here for volume. But are these speakers? If those things are speakers, those things are going to be pretty good. And then we got your typical sticker. It's got it in French. I don't know why, but it does. But this is actually really, really hefty. Let me grab that other piece of junk. I'm not even going to call it by its name. But anyways, here it is again. And you look how, you know, even from the first day, like this part, I don't know if you can see it, but it's very dark. But this piece has always popped in and out. And it just feels, granted, this is 1 inch bigger. I mean, the size difference isn't massive. But this, Garmin Diesel OTR 800 actually is very, it feels solid. It feels well made. This thing feels like junk. And, you know, I don't even know why I ever thought to go with a brand like Rand McNally, who's never made electronics. And I skipped over Garmin, which has. So that was me being an idiot. But this thing feels super, super nice. On the side here is micro USB. It's kind of disappointing. It doesn't have USB-C. There's a power button. There is a card slot for micro SD, so you can save your information and such like that. I don't think these are speakers. I think this right here is just a speaker. I don't know. We'll find out eventually when I run through this thing. So put that to the side. Let's see what else we have in here. Ooh, I like this cardboard box piece right here. This also feels very solidly built. Now look at this presentation. This presentation is just throw the shit in there, put the fancy piece on top, and throw the GPS in there. I mean, I like products that have a nice presentation, and I get that this is targeted towards truckers, and they're probably figuring these people don't have high standards anyways, so let's just, you know, throw it in there, whatever. So, first things first, it's got a Garmin DC sort of thing. That's what I like. It's got a little side plug-in because it's going to be on the side. I hate when, how did this go? Like that. I'm going to break it on camera. That would be kind of embarrassing. I probably just wouldn't even post this. Or maybe I would. I mean, I don't really have any dignity, so it wouldn't matter anyways. I don't know why I cannot get this. Have we already found a flaw? This looks really gigantic for being micro USB. No, it definitely doesn't go like that. Anyways, this is accurate. Am I even putting it in the right area? Yeah, I am. There's nowhere else to plug this thing in. Anyways, what I was getting at is that I like that it is it's like, you know, curved on an edge like that. Why this is not going in, I don't know. This looks way bigger than a micro USB traditionally would be, and it doesn't make sense because if it did go in, it would go in like this facing the front. I don't know what's going on here. This looks like it could be bent. This is rubbish. Garmin is not off. Oh, you know what? I'm an idiot. And I will freely admit that. This is a micro USB. This is not. And I was thinking that looks extremely big for being a micro USB, but that's because it is not a micro USB. That is going to plug into this some bitch right here. It's got a standard USB plug for there. It's got also an auxiliary audio out, but here is where this little dingy plugs in. So this is the mount for it, yeah. It plugs in there. And see, it's got these little teeth, these little grooves right here on the side. I don't know if you can see that. It's got grooves, and they fall right into there very easily. I'm sorry if you have a hard time seeing this, but my lighting in here sucks. So there, it plugs in like so. Then, when you have this sorted out, this is, you twist this little knuckle here, and then you could adjust it any which way you want, and then you clamp it down. Very nice. And what happens is, this is magnetic. So this is going to go like so. Let's see how strong that magnet is. Oh, that's interesting. It's repelling it. What? What is going on? Oh, that's because I'm an idiot. Okay, so, oh, that is a really, really, really solid connection. Did I say collection? Man, I don't know what's wrong with me. I've been up since very early in the morning, so I just got parked here. By the way, I'm in smoky California. So let's see. Watch this. Oh, that is a solid, solid, solid connection. On the other GPS, which I will not name, it was an okay connection for the magnetic mount, but if I ever hit a really, really, really a big bump, it would like jostle off the mount, but it would snap right back in. But this connection is extremely, extremely solid. And this is obviously like a suction cup that's going to go straight on the window, and this plugs in the back. Very convenient, very nice. Also, it comes with one of these plates, which is for a RAM mount. So you can screw this into your dashboard, which a lot of people do, and I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. And this little, let me take this off, put this to the side. This, I believe this part right here, yeah, this can entirely pop out. Get that out there. And you could fit the ball in here. I don't know. I don't think that's right. Definitely not. These balls are not the same size. So I'm not exactly sure. Oh, I get what you do. See, I'm an idiot. You take this off. Yeah. And then you would screw this one exactly the same size on there. And then you can get a RAM mount, and you could have a suction cup mount, magnetic mount, whatever. Or you could get another one of these and put it into your dashboard, and that'll keep everything together. So that's one of the options, but I don't have the ability to do that right now. Now I got to get this ball back in here, and I'm probably going to break it. All right, so, all right, got that. Then there's this, which, oh, okay, it's exactly like this thing. So I can unscrew this, which is kind of like a GoPro sort of thing going on over here. And somehow this apparently comes out. Oh yeah, it does. It pops out. I probably shouldn't be messing with this so much. Anyway, and you could pop it in here. Now this has like a very soft pad on the bottom, and it's got screw holes, and it also comes with screws. So I guess if you want to mount this on your dashboard as well, it's got many different mounting options, which is nice. And I don't even know why I took this off when I could have just explained it. And now I'm gonna have to get this back in here, and I'm probably gonna break it. At least that'll be entertaining for all of you guys. And, you know, the reason I'm doing this video is, well, because I want to do a video, but I'm not going to become one of those channels that starts unboxing random products. I mean, I might unbox stuff that I buy, like this GPS, this extremely overpriced GPS, which costs $599, which is crazy because you get a regular car GPS like this, it's like $200. But this bitch, and I mean, I didn't really have a choice. And I guess I could have gone for the cheaper 7-inch one, but I've had a 7-inch one ever since that Rand McNally is my second Rand McNally, and they were both 7 inches. So I wanted something that was a little bit bigger. Geez, this is not in the right way at all. And the 10-inch one, that was just way too massive. And so this 7-inch one was a perfect size for me. Oh my goodness, why did I take this off? Please don't do this to me. Oh my God. You know, no, I had it the right way before. Oh, God, I'm so stupid. But it's okay, you know what? The important part is, like, it's okay to be stupid as long as we recognize our stupidity. I think that's the biggest problem in society, is that the dumbest people are so dumb that they don't even realize just how dumb they are. But when we're dumb, everybody's dumb. Everybody's dumb about something. I'm dumb about a lot of things. You guys seen a couple dumb moments just in this video. And I think the important part is when we can recognize that stupidity and adjust it. All right, so that there. Back together as it should be. Let's see what else we have here. And then we also finally have a USB cable that is going to plug also into this magnetic thing. And I guess that's if you want to plug it into your computer, whatever. I'm not exactly sure. And lastly, the most useless part is the manual. Although, again, I should probably keep that in case, because I am going into a whole new system. When I was on my trainer's truck, he had actually a Garmin, but I mean, obviously it was an older model. That was 7 years ago. So it's going to probably take some getting used to, since I've been mostly using that other brand that we will not name. But anyways, that is it for this video. That's everything that comes in this box. I will do another update video about this particular GPS, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, as well as any major issues I might find with it. If you have any questions about this particular GPS, if you're thinking about getting one, you know, I pay attention to my comments. You can go ahead, ask me the question, and I will do my best to answer it for you. Getting a gift is always nice, but getting a $600 gift is even nicer. And that's the last point that I would like to make in this video, just how overpriced these trucking GPS units are. For a standard vehicle, this is probably going to be $100, $150 cheaper. That OTR 800 that we just opened up is $600. And they also have a 10-inch unit, which is just beyond me why somebody would need one that big, which is $800. Now, all things considered, I don't know what kind of processor they have inside. They work very smooth. They are very nice. The display, the resolution, for $600, for $800, or if you get the 7-inch version, which I believe is $400, it's just mind-boggling. I mean, those are prices of like an iPad or an iPad Air, which is significantly more powerful and has a much better resolution. yeah, I get that this is sort of like a niche product where, that just happens. The only people that are going to be buying these things are mostly truckers or people with RVs. But that being said, I still do think that they are overpriced. And I also went ahead and got an extended warranty on that Garmin OTR 800 because, again, I do trust Garmin more than I do Rand McNally, but who knows how that will turn out. And sometime in the future, I will make a review of the Garmin OTR 800 to let you know what I think about it versus the Rand McNally, because Rand McNally is what I've been using for 7.5 years now, so it's going to be a little getting used to a different system, the way Garmin works. I have been using it for a few days now, and right off the bat there are some things that I don't like about it, but all of that trumps not having to worry about my GPS suddenly shutting off, which it has done many times. I mean, I already know my route, so I know where I'm going, but it's just annoying that you paid $400 for something that's, well, a royal piece of junk. So, Rand McNally, get your stuff together. I don't know what you got to do, but stop putting out junk electronics, especially for how much you charge for them. You do realize that physical atlases and maps are a dying thing, and that's what mostly your business has relied on. So you really need to step up your game with the electronics you're putting out. Otherwise, you're going to end up in the same rel as, like, I don't know, Kodak, Research in Motion, Blockbuster. Thank you so much for watching this video, especially if you made it to the end. If you have enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy my videos overall and you haven't subscribed, think about doing so. I'm not going to ask you to, but I'll ask you to think about it. Just like the next time you're eating breakfast or having coffee or staring at the ceiling or sitting in the back of a squad car, just think it over about subscribing, and if you do, you can hit the bell to receive notifications every time I upload a new video, because being a trucker, I don't always have the opportunity to make a video. So like days like today, I just might take out the time to make as much as I can. Thank you and goodbye.